decision is the war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work, you're left behind is where you stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the street. We gotta protect plus homeschool. Our babies is a must. They not just no moms, but also no pops. These Mola worshiping pedophiles wanna feed our children's spirits to robots. Turn all of us from carbon-based to silicone-based. Should be where the shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system irrigation and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. I'm saying I'm not some master teacher. No, am I some pastor or preacher? Was released from prison with this passion to speak up. After doing 25 years in the beast cuffs. Realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets.
We're really approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And they're framing it to us as, innovation, right? We should all be so excited that this is happening. And, I equate it to like the golem bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
Come on. You almost there, bro. Almost there. Survive. Push up. I do it bad for Chi-Town. Who am I but Chi-Town? You young fool, I'm too fly to just lie down. Blue sky but high ground. A crown slash helmet. It's for my aircraft stealth spit. Can't be tied down or even seat belted. I look down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes, the cheese is melted. The remnants of cash money, I dispelled it. You did the fusions in my eyes, I beheld it. The finger fucked that caused my hand, I dealt it. Felt the vibrate from the gut of my pelvic. The bust off of some ices and veil shit. So radiant, I keep a dark room well lit. Cause you little goofies are well quick. Hot body for real monkey velvet. Body you not for Mars, is a female's clip.
Yo, fam. Hey, up until next Wednesday, I think the day after tomorrow, it's like supposed to be up in the 70s. Like it was down in Tucson. Man, we gonna be out here in tank tops and speedos running around, cuz. Yo, right now it's 61, but it feels like it's 80. I mean, I don't know if that's that damn the diseases or the chemical, whatever. You know what I mean? That is crazy, man.
Perfect comes from practice, so I run best. I excel like I'm climbing the step. You gotta
and then right about like 5:30, like around there, it gets ice cold for like an hour. Like, what is that about? I mean, I was sweating last night sleeping. I was like, what the heck? And I know it was like 38, but then around 5:30, low wind, all of a sudden it's like, where's this ice coming from? Like, And it's like been like that almost every morning, man. Like, it's crazy, man. Cause it get cold in there, and I know what you turn the heat on or something. Or, that's crazy. It'll wake you up. I'll be like, you know me, I hit that man, empty out or whatever, right? And I'm like, what? I was outside, it felt good. Like, you know what I mean? Get up on there, and all of a sudden that cold, whap, whap. It's like, and you feel it. Like your fingertips get what?
Y'all really thought that I was done with y'all. Nah.
I want to say it don't make no sense, right? It makes every bit of good sense. I mean, you know, we would get sense to make something of it. That's what it is, something. Sadly. It's crazy, man.
Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Bow, mouth, big Mac. Whether earth is brown or black. We want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side ops. Looking past the side spot. Third eye gang cyclops. I don't eat pork, but I will fry cops. For foes, my heart's cold as an icebox. I'm saying that ops. From the skybox, you got a scope on you pilgrims. You spoke with some rules. Some of our folks are still dumb. Deaf and blind to the fact that blood, we gon' have to feel some warrior spirits inside me. That's where it's real from. The world's a stage, page after page, script is played out. They keep us engaged, placate or rage. This is played out. Rules of a dying society should have been disobeyed out. Forehead and knees off the floor should have been prayed out. The draft is on, COVID's no issue. Could've blown it in tissue. Now it's control who blows the whistle, to who holds the pistols. The debacle's about who owes who the fiscal. Disregarding the aboriginal issue. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. It's a big fat yellow, white, red, brown, black. Bow, mouth, big Mac. Whether earth is brown or flat, we want our shit back. A fool is known by his speech, yet if I don't speak, I suffer defeat. I'm other than we, a sucker or me, stand on 2 feet, or turn the other cheek. The wise man known by his silence, mostly disguised compliance, silence by guidance from conspiring connivance, other aspirants of violence, tyrants of firing, striking the giants who hide, I'm striking defiant. In environments of migrants, I'm hearing the sirens. Ring in my ear, they've got indictments. These pedophiles, queers, groupers, and hype men. Alignments, the assignment. I'm not the wisest, I'm non-client. My refinement and confinement, the requirements for this climate. Y'all push out the paperwork, or y'all can protest, but they can't escape this work. I vow to progress, don't duck, no wreck. Drill music for real. My soul they don't possess. Real foolish with no deal. Ain't playing with none of them. It's personal, know what the business is. Big mind says come full circle, so vacate your premises. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fact. Yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mouth, or big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. We're not going back and forth about this or that. Whether your word is bound or wet. Here's a big fat yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mouth, big Mac. Whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Akichiwa. Shines your symbols for the conscious mind, y'all. And with that on the temple, draw. I had a vision the past night, yet a circulus round. Created successful reality from a virtual now. How? Stand on my square cause they usurp your power. Them same little sneaky breezes that'll hurt you. They style all up in your face, all up in your space. And I ain't talking all bras, but dogs with whole trace. So I walk tall kittens while y'all cross slow race. I stay focused on walking through them tall gold gates. Draw a magic circle around me to keep me from harm. The law fat checks purposely, but peep me, I'm calm. Water, fire, air, earth, turn me from that peace to a bomb. Blow the joint to split the range, the plane, the center means I've encompassed my inner demons. 490-degree angles guarded by angel of shiny elite angels. Thank you, and I of course am the chief triangle. If I die before I wake, well at least I'll fly in plain view. I am my circle, how I govern four corners. Wise as a serpent for certain amongst foreigners. Out of state, out of place in the space they storing us. Learning firsthand of what fate was forewarned of us. I recall when bro and I spit flows, dope man fly in the shell at Southampton, kept slow, stay high. Years later, he's the same degree, just gained density. Gave my synopsis, he's toxic. I prayed I could say I behave by low codes. I've raised my moral ground, way how my character stay fly. The conduct squared up, self-esteem, the day sky. New God on what the world's been waiting for. The days not. They got there and I don't abide by the same ethics. They fame respect, yeah, obtain the credit for keeping the obelisk erect, but with strange methods. But the epic of my name will reign and remain epic. Circumscribed by passions, my squares, my lift. Ask, is it worth the ride? Yeah, it's rash spit, but the beach churchified, so I bear my shit. It hurt, I cried this kid and then to try to eclipse my soul, bounce back
next
from
Friday,
it.
we drilling.
Being the sacrificial.
Almost start Saturday.
I run it, thus the lion
Right.
conquereth over this numbness. Made a conscious
I'll pick up the PVC pipe for that. But I gotta get a sauce off. So I don't think I think I got. Well, I think the other one I was working on it. So I gotta buy another one.
Master built her back. Originally pretty, take the mask off. 360 on my square, see the circle. If not, your mask off.
You gotta do it now.
Dash or salt, the dialogue's trash talk, your past loss. Leave a footprints in the asphalt. Use the outline correction. Last roll, I blast off, I crash off to the next zest of living. Sacredly section.
What you say? What? Yeah, absolutely.
My ops, the prescription. This is my vision's description. Listen, I'm standing on my circle is me. I absorb your hate and make it work for me. Transform into fuel as I evolve. Advance this abnormal, dormant form and leave y'all right where y'all started at. Let me impart a fact. She'll be sitting in my ship as we chart the map. Thinking in destiny, the turtle and the hare. Acknowledge me as the circle and the square.
ToLU'S, you already know I'm playing him like when radio stations went real deep commercial and started playing the same as goofy mumble rap because they knew what they were doing. You remember that, man? When mumble rap came out, man, I was like, why they keep playing this every hour and a half? Man, I was like, I think I broke 2 radios. People knew in New York I couldn't stand that mumble rap.
Can't stand the radio. They play the same songs all day.
And then they started trying to do that Michael. And when I'm like, no, like with the words, you know, like,
Yeah.
what? And I was like, what is that? No, God, man. That cold, and I can't even chew tobacco, bro. I can't even taste it. Well, I can taste it, but. It's crappy. Oh, Mac, what's up, beloved? Sharon, hey, mama. Lance, what's going on? I'm just waiting for a few more people. I'm not going to play music for 20, 25 minutes. I'm just not going to do that today. So I was looking at this book, and I think I'm going to order it because I thought I had it. So I'm going to share it with y'all because, you know, this book I can share. It's on Amazon, too. There's a few places maybe cheaper. This one's like, on Amazon, it's 32 something. Y'all know I do. I look at all of the, and you can if you have Kindle, I have Kindle now. So, well, I mean, I've had it for a little while now, but I could download it on there, you know, for very cheap. You go to Library of Congress, the female, you know, all the ones who worked on it, politics, and there's a whole lot. You know, the politics and the prose as far as the truth of history for those who really, really want to know what it is. You're always going to have those who are within the knowledge of the Cabbage Patch and the orphans. Doesn't mean someone won't hear. It means how you the whole how you change a history. You take the children. It's easy to press them against the mother or the father. You create a coexisting narrative that plays against and you do it while everybody's in their ignorance. When there's all these distractions, everybody's in tune. The music for the good moments. They have the arguments and they have the wars to bring them out of that, to kind of bring them together. You know, like when the lights went out in New York, we were all like, nobody rioted. People walked together. There was nothing going on. Nobody got shot. Nobody got stabbed. Nobody got dead. Even by the idiots. But it's always something that brings people together. But most of the time, it's a lie. Why do so-called people need something to bring them together? Because, you know, we're very aware, and I've stated a number of times, that chemicals play a major role. And frequency, obviously, if, you know, between 100 and 300,000 can destroy, I mean, emulsify, pulverize the toxins, the poisons they put in that would create cancer. That should tell you something about the chemicals and frequencies. Which one is more powerful? Obviously, synthetic stuff is created. And how do they do that? Well, they synthesize it. What is synthesized? Isn't that based upon a certain form of frequency? Even though nobody's taught that, to synthesize something, right? You know, we call it EQ. You know what I mean? You look at the vibration. Does it mitigate factors to combine, or does it react? You know, two or three chemicals react that are dormant. I mean, there are chemicals that I'm aware of that I can sit here with a butane container, have my little torch, like it's a long thing torch. We used to burn the weeds, right, on the res, and over in Jersey, you know, we dig down the holes before, you know, getting the rebar and this, that, and the other, pouring the foundation for the basement. And we used to, we used to take a can and put this in it that is very, with a certain chemical, I mean violent in combustion. And we used to take it and put the flame right on it and hold it on it for 10, 15 minutes. It didn't do nothing. It's like it repelled it. It didn't even as much get hot. But we mix that with a little water and something else, and that, you would have to be a good 100 yards away from it. That can with literally, and that's fragments, and you would have to be behind something 100 yards away and well hidden and recorded. Okay, but put a flame right on, just stand there, goggles, the whole, you know, not wearing an EOD body, you know, emergency orders disposal, you know, bomb suit, just stand there with the fire on, can getting hot and everything. But that right there, that very volatile chemical, nothing. That metal, okay? So I'm going to look at something, and I'm going to read this stuff to you, and I want to see if y'all hear what could sound like contradictions. These are in my notes, but first I want to show you this book. You can get anywhere from $27 to $32, $32 or $35. Okay, I got it in here. You probably can't see it with this cover on and everything. Now, in the so-called black elite, you have these individuals that look pale skinned, they're Negroes. All right, this is one, the original. I know it's the sun and its booty and everything. My apologies. I could take this off and you would see it, but this protects my eye, you know. Anyway, you can pull it up, okay? You can literally pull it up. You can y'all see that? You can pull it up, okay? It's the original Black Elite by Daniel Murray, and the story of a forgotten era. Okay, again, it's the original Black Elite by Daniel Murray, and the story of the forgotten era. So you might want to, if you want to purchase the book, you know, if I was whatever I purchase or I got coming in, I'm not reading no time soon. I'd like to be in a comfortable spot, reading whether above or below, but we'll get to that. All right. So here I have notes. All right. Hey, Marks, what's going on? Hey, Snow, what's up, baby? How you doing? How you doing? What's up, mama? Hey, y'all. Let me see what else coming in. All right. Here we go again. Anyway, right? So I'm gonna use some AI overviews, and as you can see, this is all my little friggin' notes, right? Tons of them. All right. No, I ain't rating nothing. Mind you, stop Tons of notes, right? Tons and tons and tons of notes that I write, things I wrote still sliding up. Oh, it's gonna keep sliding, y'all. It's tons of information, things I kind of remember, I write down until I remember it in totality, and I go back, fumbling through, find it, and I commit to finishing off the certain things that I've written. And I mean, like, we're talking about anywhere from 7 to 40 pages. So, HMB 6. So, I had to pull it back up. My apologies. So we're going to start off with an AI overview. It's a statement. We're going to go ahead and read that, and then I'm going to go through a few chemicals. The rest of them, as I've stated in the thumbnail, you know, whatever chemical it is, you look up, and then don't just stop at an AI overview. Or don't stop at the first 2 or 3 in, you know, in your web browser. Like, really apply yourself. Go down, look at the questions and the people who respond, whether medical scientists or whatever, and Reddit or whatever. Because surprisingly, in Reddit, y'all ain't got to look at a whole bunch of goofy porn. There's actually groups that conversate about a lot of things. And so whenever I look up things, I see the conversation and I'll tap on Reddit. I don't have it downloaded, but I'm capable because I'm capable to read and to explore. I don't communicate on there. I don't respond. I'm not emotional. It doesn't matter if somebody's just trolling or they fake dark humor or whatever. It doesn't matter. And I always see people very responded to things that are going on, but they're not responsible. They don't take no action. Charleston White, I watch a lot of his stuff. He's got a few channels where he makes good money that's supported by other people where he speaks and communicates. And when you look at everything going on, the most underrated, the most proficient, the most well, where the blind justice lies is with the so-called black man of America. The autochthonous, the aboriginal. It doesn't matter what other people think. You don't debate and argue with fools. You don't subscribe to their narratives. You do not allow yourself to walk in that plight, because all that is for you. You're weak. That means you're stressed, and it's going to just break you down further. Do not do it. Now, if you don't want to take my word, because chemicals play a large part of the brain's so-called responsibility to respond to things, because there's capability there. So responsibility to respond to things because you're capable in a way that could legitimize your ignorance, or a way that can bring you in another direction that can formulate a better response. Well, anyway, in Charleston White's story, when he was talking about as far as the wars and everything going on, it's funny how you have Arabs and you have Asians, you have all these different people, even pale skins in the history of it, who will run and blow themselves up. What they don't tell you is our people were blowing up and destroying things up into the dang 40s or 50s and 60s that they won't speak on, because they don't want you to know that. They want the true Israelites, if you want to use that term, the Ishmaelites or the Judeans, the Atlanteans, or whatever, in their slumber, and I mean a deep one, to forego their existence. And some people think that we're supposed to just mate with one another. No, the melanated man's seed is powerful. Only problem is it doesn't coexist with the sisters. And that's one of the breakdowns. And we went over a plethora of things that allude to this fact. Now, regardless of that, a lot of pale skins have a lot of us in them. Now, until you move aside from your arrogance and your ignorance, you will not assimilate to the better understanding of self. The protector and the prodigal sons and daughters, or sons and daughters. Prodigal, right? So I'm going to read these, and I want y'all to research the chemicals and what part they might play. But we all are very aware of endocrine disruptors. Wouldn't you find that to be one of the major factors? If the pineal gland is not working, if the synapses aren't firing off correctly, if they're impotent, if a woman doesn't have a sexual drive, which is retarded, because women have a higher sex drive than men. So if you don't have it, you're pretty fucked up. Now, ascertaining control, does synthetics play a role in clothing and everything else that recently have come out, that you absorb it through your skin? So if you think you're normal, you can't fight the little crap they've done already. What makes you think you can fight the beggar? I know everything has been perverted. Who's in control of all the porn sites? Why did Germany, who was doing the right thing, succumb? Why is it the weak bastards who are frauds got everybody capitulated against each other? Do you think that is natural because the air says so and the earth, Gaia just dictates it? Well, Gaia would be everything. But do you think it's the air and the soil and the trees and the food? Do you think that's just it? Okay. Well, if you're disrupting the endocrine system, aren't you messing with a certain frequency? A dynamic one, if you got music tapped out at 440, when you started everything, taking over our food crops, our 42 million acres that were up until 1942, taking over and saying we're going to feed them what we want because you got these millionaires who are sick and demented. Why do they still get to play on the field? But Charleston White say you see all these people from all these other countries running in and blowing everybody up. But here we are, we're just allowing things to happen. Then we got these little pesty ass fake dual citizen light skins running around with the dumbest Negroes, probably hybridized, bastardized. We're gonna take the gun. Y'all see where they're talking about 16 states out of 51, 52, whatever these things are, right? Talking about coming together to further again, try and take the guns. We ain't giving up shit. Well, they poison you with all kind of chemicals, but we're gonna get into these few. I'm gonna start it off. I want you to just really pay attention, okay? Really, really pay attention. Hey, Snoo, how you doing, baby? I'm very organic about responses. But the Queen of Sheba thinks she can't say shit. Anyway, let's get into this. I'm very direct. I don't give a flying fuck. You know what makes me different from everybody? Besides biologically, I don't care what people think. Have y'all realized that? What matters to me is how people function when they're thinking. You know? I mean, I went and had a good shit this morning, okay? No, I mean a good one. All right? So I hope I'm at 200 pounds. I mean, I really do. You know what I'm saying? I want to go down about 198, 189. My weight for my height should be about 175. I'll still be looking big, but I want to get back to where I'm supposed to be at. For over 2.5, almost 3 decades, I walked around over 220 pounds for that time period at 5'10". All right. So does it play a part? I used to fuck the Pringles up. I used to fuck the Doritos and the hot flaming Cheetos and shit. Nah, I used to tear them things up. You know what my favorite is right now? Funyuns. But I know how to make them. Okay. I don't mess with seed oils unless we get something where they're using that shit at, and most of these restaurants who are ran by the same son bitches are the greediest, most greediest bastards. But you see where all the food, I worked at Cisco Food, one of the main museums. I mean, I call it a museum because everything in there is a relic if you find something natural. But a museum of new science, science, ecology, food, napkins, plasticware, you name it. So I worked at Food Cisco Warehouse, and I worked as a selector first, but then I was a loader, and then I worked as a dock foreman, making sure people load the trucks by showing them, because I was able to beat out one of the top loaders, big old guy, Tallahassee, and I outloaded him. I think I outloaded that night. Usually we all load about 2 trucks. I think he got 7, I got 8. I finished up right near the end of the 8 when the bell went off. I think I had about 5 big boxes, about 4 carts to put back in the back of the truck before I sealed it. So we had the freezer, the cooler, and the dry. And we're talking about the long packs, y'all, not nothing small. We pull the cart up in there and we stack, so that way when the guy gets off to unload Cisco Food Distribution, they can go to each compartment, right? There's doors on each side, and pull the freezer that goes off to that store, the cooler, whether it be onions, this, that, asparagus, whatever, And you had to stack this stuff for this truck. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing locking nothing down. You have to know how to stack and quick. I was proficient in it. It's not bragging. But I was very aware of what was going out. I was aware of the sounds and the lights that played a major part in people getting sick, hurt. Okay? And so I'm going to read a few of these. Okay? And you can take from that what you want. But in everything we handle, I always wore rubber gloves and a work glove because I knew that those cardboard boxes, or sometimes I had this powder, or if I had it handle frozen with the plastic, or if I handled the cooler with the plastics and stuff like that, and if I handled the freezing, how was it frozen, flash froze, whatever, and then dealing with that cold in response to my pores being closed, that was the only time I took off my gloves. But when the cooler and the dry, everything on, because I knew that absorbs them. Just like the pores on your feet are the biggest, so are the ones on your hand. Pay attention to what I'm going to read you. You drive, okay? You're a nurse, but are you traveling are you driving or operating in commerce or delivery? You are traveling, honey. You are traveling from one place to another. Stop using that lethargic term driving, baby. You are traveling. Whether it be on the back of a 4-footed animal, two-wheel vehicle, one wheel, you are traveling. So let's get into it. Let's go first, start off with an AI overview. The statement, man-made chemicals are no good for the non-synthetic body, is not entirely accurate. While some, remember, I really want you to listen. What contradicts statements here? This is AI, something that's worth shit. The statement, man-made chemicals are no good for the non-synthetic body, it is not entirely accurate, as stated. While some man-made chemicals can be harmful, the toxicity, you always see the key word some. I guarantee you it's on the 90% scale. Harmful. The toxicity of a chemical is not solely determined by whether it is naturally occurring or synthetic. Again, listen to this. The toxicity of a chemical is not solely determined by whether it is naturally occurring or synthetic. Well, we drink water, and they have not just fluoride, and then they have other composites in that crap besides glyphosates and phosphates, so plastics and all that kind of stuff. So when you drink too much of it, water toxification is because you're getting too much of those chemicals, arsenic, lead, and all that other stuff. Now, look into it. Don't take my word for it. And many man-made chemicals are essential for modern medicine and everyday life. We are very aware of what Rockefeller and the Carnegies and all of them did as far as creating aspirin and all that crap out of, instead of rosebuds and vitamin C, orange pills and all that kind of stuff, in a way of our own ways with oregano and creating oils and tinctures. They decided to use petroleum, very unstable, unnatural, that was first processed through chemical or heat and chemical, saturation, dispersion, and separation. Okay? Now, key points to consider now. Not all synthetic chemicals are harmful. This is a bullet point that I made. Many man-made chemicals are safe and even vital, like medications. Lies. Plastics used in medical devices, and that's where you get all this PFASs, and synthetic vitamins, one of the worst goddamn things to take. Why is it the fact that after the last pandemic, people been going out their way to actually go out, grow, all right, in greenhouses, all the herbs, and make actually vitamins that are made from plant-based. Because people don't want that synthetic crap no more, because it creates more than just gallstones and everything else. Look it up. I'm not going to sit here and go through the whole variety of mishmash narratives. Now, second bullet point, natural chemicals can be toxic too. It's funny how they point to synthetic chemicals or not all synthetic chemicals are harmful, but they don't point it out. But then they'll come around and turn around, and this is the gaslighting shit that they do because they believe that you're all dumb. And that bullet point, instead of pointing out, saying, now the synthetic chemicals that are known to create problems that are used widely, and they won't do that. Who thinks behind and allowing this crap? We say big pharma. I say small, mindless pharma. Anyway, natural chemicals can be toxic too. Bullet point. Second, some naturally occurring substances like poisonous plants or toxins produced by bacteria can be highly harmful. No, Sherlock. You see how dumb even the AI is? Now, as far as humans, we got this bullet point that goes, dose makes the poison, the dosage. So if you take 1 or 2 88 milligram aspirins or something like that, I forget the grams anyway, because you're feeling some kind of way, instead of taking a tablespoon of cayenne pepper and 4 ounces of hot water, which will clear you up and have you good to be able to get around, do what you got to do, and to go and find out what's going on. It also removes plaque, but it also removes potassium. So instead of something like that with a little cinnamon to help your bloodline and all that, all the good things, they want you to deal with synthetics. Okay, so they said even safe chemicals can become harmful if ingested in certain quantities, right? This is for the human. But it says concerns about certain synthetic chemicals, some man-made chemicals, particularly those designed to mimic natural hormones, endocrine disruptors, can have negative health effects due to their ability to interfere with bodily functions. Well, let's have a look at a few, and y'all can research all the other ones, okay? Let's look at aluminum, glyphosate, fluoride, and Wi-Fi. Well, no, these are not the chemicals. I'm going to point that out. I want you to know that aluminum, glyphosate, fluoride, and Wi-Fi are attacking the physical, so you won't connect with your spiritual self. This is a fact. I don't give a fuck what they say. They can research it. I am very aware of what I'm stating, and the monkeys can't say shit otherwise. Now, let's point this out. Now, how does aluminum affect the pineal gland? Glyphosate chelates, as far as I like fermented it, chelated copper, gold, and all this stuff, liquefied or not. It doesn't mean that it solely should run with it, but they're a little better as far as, we're not going to look at the protagonist of whether it's synthetic or not. I more or less lean towards the natural. But glyphosate chelates aluminum, allowing ingested aluminum to bypass the gut barrier. This leads to anemia-induced hypoxia, promoting neurotoxicity, okay, and damaging the pineal gland. What is that what is the pineal gland very important for? Both glyphosate and aluminum disrupt cytochrome P450, okay, enzymes, which are involved in melatonin metabolism. What is melatonin? Isn't that supposed to be some crazy energy vector, something very powerful? I look at those dumb women who like BBLs and breast augmentations and all that with the weave and everything, sitting there talking to the fake, all right, and talking about, we just want to get your your hormones and get a little scrape and da, and what we'll pay you well, and what we want to do is, no, they want to live longer, they want you to die. That's my opinion. Okay, so does fluoride make your body absorb aluminum? Well, we already read glyphosate chelates aluminum as well, allowing ingested aluminum to bypass the gut barrier. That means to get into the blood. This leads to anemia-induced hypoxia, promoting neurotoxicity and damaging the pineal gland. So does fluoride make your body absorb aluminum? Well, furthermore, fluorine can increase aluminum absorption, right? Well, let's have a look at that. From drinking water, because aluminum fluoride has greater bioavailability. So, in this bullet point, does fluoride make your body absorb aluminum? Yeah, it just has statement. Furthermore, fluorine under fluoride can increase aluminum absorption. Remember I told you if you hot water, it will cause the fluoride to allow your body to absorb the aluminum that's in the water. Well, look at what they say here. From drinking water, because aluminum fluoride has greater bioavailability. Okay, from drinking water. This is their shit. Okay, aluminum fluoride may cause an asthma-like allergy. Future exposure can cause asthma attacks with shortness of breath, wheezing, coughing, and or chest tightness. Have we noticed the increase in asthma in the last 5 years compared to the last 30 to 40? Y'all might want to look into that. Coughing and or chest tightness, stiffness, and disability. Fluoride in the bones and teeth, a condition called fluorosis, causing pain, modeling of the teeth, and disability. It's well known now, right? Before 79, dementia didn't exist. Does fluoride become fluorine after being heated, as in hot water? Well, AI Overview says, now you heard what I read previously, right? No. fluoride, and you know who's got their fake hand behind this? Them son bitches with that little fake ass star, right? No, fluoride does not become fluorine simply by being heated in hot water. Simply by being heated in hot water. The process of heating water containing fluoride does not change the chemical element itself. It only affects the state of the compound containing fluoride. Then why put them together if it affects the state? Is it negative or positive? What do you think? Like sodium fluoride, which is NaF on the chemical charts, right? Which would still remain sodium fluoride even when dissolved in hot waters. What sodium? Key points to remember: fluoride is an ion. So we just read that it doesn't influence, right? Aluminum, hot water, right? It doesn't make it fluorine. I told y'all otherwise. Well, let's read here the contradiction. Fluoride exists as a negatively charged ion, F-, and needs to lose an electron to become the element fluorine. What could cause that element? You know, what can cause it to move that electron? We know how heat plays a major role in this. High temperatures needed for transformation. I can't stand hot water. Lukewarm is cool. Cold preferably. Okay? Now, to actually convert fluoride into fluorine, extremely high temperatures and specific chemical reactions are required, which are not present in simply heating water. Yet, what is in water is not glyphosate, is not aluminum, that barium, is not all this crap now in the water. Oh, that's right, psychotropics that are made from heavy metals that they're trying in the VA to get every ball of so-called veterans off of all of a sudden, knowing that there's going to be a lot of lives gone. Now, looky here, fluorine, the chemical element fluorine, overview this is, not AI. Fluorine is a chemical element with the symbol F and atomic number 9. It is a pale yellow-green gas with a sharp odor that is highly reactive and toxic. Fluorine is the lightest halogen and is extremely reactive. Extremely reactive! To actually convert fluoride into fluorine, extremely high temperatures and specific chemical reactions are required, which are not present simply by heating water. Fluorine is the lightest halogen and is extremely reactive. Reacting with all other elements except for the light inert gases. Is water a light inert gas? No, it's powerful. Fluorine is not found in nature in its elemental state, but instead occurs in ionic forms of combined with other chemicals and minerals like fluorspar, fluorapatite, and cryolite. Let's look at these three minerals. I mean, seriously. Let's look at fluorspar, CaF2 on the chemical chart. Can be activated in water to extract fluorine and produce fluorochemicals without the need of hazardous hydrogen fluoride process. Fluorspar is treated with fluorophilic Lewis acid and oxalate. Acid in water at low temperatures below 50 Celsius. Now the Lewis acid can be boric acid, B parentheses OH3, all right? Or silicon dioxide, which y'all know is SiO2. Have to have the iron oxygen, you know. Okay, what are the benefits in this process? Eliminates the need for HF, which can be hazardous. Can be used to produce a variety of fluorochemicals, including tetrafluoroboric acid, alkaline metal fluorides, and fluoroheteroaryans. Now, is easy to implement and doesn't require specialized equipment. Can be used to produce fluorochemicals locally which can help minimize carbon emissions. Aren't they talking about this fake ass carbon emission bullshit that animals fought with that social psychopath Bill Gates and the rest of them? Well, we have examples like boric acid, all right? Now there is a palatable one, just like hydrogen peroxide. There is a that you can take. There's one that you can take that's digestible. Then you have the one that you do not put in your mouth. You don't brush your teeth with. You just don't do it. Okay. So boric acid produces an aqueous solution of tetrafluoroboric acid. Silicon dioxide produces aqueous fluorosilicic acid, which can be converted into potassium fluoride and tetracally ammonium fluoride salts. Like bath salts, motherfuckers was smoking. Now, we got this bullet point I want to look at, fluorspar, which is the next one, which is reactive with acids and can release hydrogen fluoride under certain conditions when handling fluorspar. Okay? You should wash your hands, face, and contaminated skin thoroughly. Avoid eating, drinking, or smoking. Yet, wash it with what? Drinking what? Use personal protective equipment. So we're going to go in the bathroom with a CBU unit, chemical biologic unit, all right. Rinse your eyes with water for several minutes if they come into contact with fluorspar. It's supposed to be, you know what water you're supposed to have in your rinse stations? Well, the one you distilled water. Anyway, remove the victim to fresh air and keep them at rest if they inhale fluorspar. Call a poison consignor or a doctor if you swallow fluorspar. Now, I mean, that's pretty heavy shit when you think about it, okay? Excuse me. All right, let's get back down. Hold on. So fluorspar is a bad one, okay? Now, when we look at fluorapatite, we're going to look at the AI overview, and I want you to pay attention to the contradictions as I'm reading this, and we're not done. No, fluorapatite is not readily found in water because it is highly insoluble, meaning it dissolves very little in water due to its strong ionic bonds between calcium and fluoride ions. This property is why it is used in dental care to strengthen tooth enamel by forming a less soluble layer on the teeth, which we know is not the case. Key points about fluorapatite and water. You never see it labeled on anything, do you? You just see fluoride, not knowing there's many different forms. And these idiots, whether it be Colgate, Crest, or whatever, they're not using all the same shit. Fluorapatite has a very low solubility in water, making it essentially undetectable in normal water conditions, other than the latter. Chemical composition. Fluorapatite is a calcium phosphate mineral with the chemical formula Ca10, PO4,6F2. Dental application. The low solubility of fluorapatite is why fluoride is added to toothpaste and water, as it helps convert hydroxyapatite, the main mineral in teeth, into the more resistant fluorapatite. Look at the minerals the teeth are comprised of, and you'll learn different. You're better off with turmeric, coconut oil, cloves. First the numbing, the cleansing, and the mineral patriotism that happens to your teeth, because fluoride does not. It breaks it down and removes it. I don't care what anybody say. Look it up. We're looking at some old information here. I wanted to have it so we can pull their fucking shirt calls with their bullshit. All right. Yet fluorapatite is found in the teeth of sharks and other fishes in varying concentrations. It is also present in human teeth that have been exposed to fluoride ions. Fluoride ions. Do I need to go back up top to fluoride ions? For example, through water fluoridation or by using fluoride contaminating toothpaste. The presence of fluorapatite helps prevent tooth decay or dental caries. But why is it the fact that it wasn't there in the 18 or early 1900s and everybody in the skulls they've been digging up, going back so-called 1,000 million years, had they fucking teeth without cavities? Next bullet point, cryolite becomes nearly invisible when submerged in water because its refractive index is so close to waters. Now, explanation. Cryolite is a rare mineral made of sodium and aluminum fluoride. All right, sodium and aluminum fluoride. I'm gonna go back up top and I'm gonna read the whole one part again to you. It has a refractive index of about 1.34, which is very close to water's refractive index of 1.333. This means that colorless cryolite appears to disappear when placed in water. Now, cryolite has many other properties, including appearance. Cryolite can be glassy, colorless, white reddish, or gray-black, like mold. Hardness, cryolite has a Mahos, or hardness, of 2.5 to 3. Now, specific, y'all need to know what pressure is if y'all know about hydraulic pressures and all that kind of stuff. Or strength pulls, trigger pull, those things like that for measuring. Specific gravity, cryolite has a specific gravity of about 2.95 to 3.0, to which you know that gravity by the narratives is bullshit and fraudulent because you're stupid and educated in their system. They can institute and have you believe that this to be factual and stabilize you in the mannerism to control you. That means you're stable for their control. That way you can embark on anything else. All right. So hopefully I free some of you from that shit. Now, toxicity. Cryolite is toxic to aquatic organisms. Uses and they call you human, which is based on the sea beast, right? They had to spoil out sharks and all those kind of animals, right? Uses. Cryolite was once used as an aluminum ore and in the electrolytic processing of bauxite. Now, why did I read all this? Did you hear the contradictions to how the narratives of the portrait they paint? And more, when you see the fluoride going into the water, you saw dementia. You saw babies getting lead and silver put on their teeth, the worst goddamn thing. Just capped on their teeth with these horrendous, worthless doctors in the city. These sick amphibians who are oblivious to the truth because they've been nurtured in a lie that's pushed by the propaganda of the big corp. Most people are realizing this. Okay? I have no respect for monkeys. Okay? Except for at the fucking zoo. All right? And the reality is, there are plenty. When I talked about all the patents for the weather control, you know who took it upon themselves to really research it? Baby girl Slaughter. And she knows there's no way you're going to read all these patents. All right? Hey, MMO, what's happening? What's happening? No, what's going on, beloved? Salute to the tribe. What's going on, beloveds? That's my baby, though, Snooze from Yeshua. Got a few others, don't worry, but yeah, that's like be the Queen Hatterack. Anyway, I want y'all to really look at these things. I want you, while you can, to research these things, and I want you to really pay attention to the shit you're putting in your mouth. Okay? We went and had In-N-Out Burger. That is just like when they changed up in the 90s when the Big Mac became this, like the little white lady talking about where's the beef, you know? And besides the fact that it ain't even beef, but regardless of that, because they just found some more human DNA in hot dogs, hamburgers. I'm not going to go through the list. Y'all really need to look at it. They've been doing this, and they've been doing it with a purpose, and that's to keep you subtle. That's like people starting to realize, stop looking at some fake-ass God outside of you, know that the Creator instilled you with every fucking thing. It doesn't matter if you were something else before that. I don't give a fuck if you're a monkey. They always say ants and all. They have feelings. They have emotions. They have it all. Even though they work in a certain organized, not chaos, but an organized pattern of what they do that serves the earth. You think that they were brought here or created here or whatever without purpose? Just like the spiders and everything else. We lived in harmony with all that shit. We didn't have to worry about spider bites and snake bites and all that shit. They wouldn't bother us. We didn't bother them. They knew their role. We knew ours. Everybody was organized. Everybody had a harmony and balance. These motherfuckers think you're supposed to just buy into everything they say with some goofy ass machine that they program. Okay? Now, there's a lot more. I have a lot more. I'm just pulling up a little bit. I just wanted to read that one. I have like about, let me see. Oh, shit, I have about, that's a lot. I have about, based on chemicals, I have about 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, and destroy country from within. Okay, 6, CHRG, text note 311, 7. Then I have a whole PDF downloaded in here, 9, okay, which is about, it's long. Fluoride Deception, I have that the whole book, which y'all know I read to you by Christopher Bryson. Okay, you can purchase that if you want on Amazon. Okay, and it's got so much of. I can sit here and read this to y'all. It would have your head spinning, man. Like y'all be like, what, huh? If I would sit down and read this, even the fake ass fact checkers would be like, we didn't know about that. So anyway, and then there's a ton of other books that go along with this, even from medical practitioners. It's even known with well within the medical establishment. Okay, so I'm not just throwing things around here. All right. So and I have a couple more, I think, way down. So I'm not going to scroll all the way down. So I have a lot because I really want to know. And whenever I look at these little ingredients, to be actually be able to know what the fuck they're putting there. And then I come to realize when I started studying, sometimes when they have an ingredient, it can allude to 3 or 4 different fucking things. These some bitches are sick. But you don't see no Negroes running around blowing themselves up and shit. Oh, you see them killing each other like they dumbasses they are. And it makes everybody else kind of happy, you know, because see, if they knew the truth about history, the only reason why we're in this state now because our people stop fighting and become stupid, listening to worthless ass gang leaders, dumbass fed in rejects who come in, who don't know what the fuck they're doing to themselves. The fact that they don't like God because they don't want you to know the God of yourself, to be connected to the source, even though you are part of the source. These monkeys, these derivatives, they have made a bad choice in doing the dumb things they do. You have nothing to do with it. Don't worry about it. And they're stuck there. They could think and believe whatever the fuck they can manipulate what they should have stayed the fuck away. They wouldn't be hearing all this. See, they're really, really dumb. I say this with legitimacy and an authority y'all know nothing about. Okay? Does it kind of make sense? Research it. See what you find. Y'all know what my Cashapp is if you want to donate. It's appreciated. I know what it is until I don't have to. And when they stop mitigating and fucking with things that I'm going to ask y'all, like I said, I've been waiting on that. But you know how it is when you got little weirdos in control of no control, all right? And just run there feeling safe in their youth of stupidity. Amon Morris, I appreciate that. Lamone's already got you the other day, beloved. Indigo Turtle. So appreciate the donation the other day, all right? I think I responded. I want to get off of here. We're going to go and pick up some stuff to help these colds a little better. Pick up some natural orange juice, real fucking orange juice. Ain't that right, guys? Real orange juice and real lemonade, which is excellent as far as alkalization. We got some key limes. We got that bag underneath, which color? We got that few up there. I mean, it won't hurt to always pick up a few more, you know what I mean? We were fortunate to find 24, you know, at $1. We were surprised. Like, guys were like, "That's what you getting, man." Thought that shit was racist. No, they brought the price back. Well, I was we both grabbing key lime. But me and T been talking about it for a minute, getting on this plant and fruit. I want to be growing my own stuff. I really want people involved. But fuck what I want. Y'all got to look at what you want or need. I don't like the needful thing, but we always say we need each other, and yet we don't never meet our least of the most important, greatest expectations. All right? Man, it feel like it's 80 degrees out this motherfucker. I ain't running the temperature either, y'all. I'm like right at the rate. So, but anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I appreciate you guys. I guess this is Thursday or Friday or whatever. When I'm not going to see our brother Olmec and get it in, I don't pay attention to time, day. I don't give a fuck what it is. I really don't. You know? Big Red, what's up, beloved? For my understanding, can you direct me on researching our people's origin? Yes, right here. This is it. As far as that, don't even fret. Don't even worry about it. Right here. Okay? Many shades. Many different looks. Okay? But the original of all the lands? Us. Doesn't matter what they've done. Assimilated, they wrote themselves off to be something particularly separated and divided. Okay? Don't be separated and divided no longer. Leave crayon colors and fake races and ethnicities alone. We've already been through that shit over a year ago. Talking about the father of the 4 races, first the 5, then the 4. This motherfucker was so busy trying to do his best for the whatever, right? To create this dynamic that never existed. Okay? That's all. That's where your mind should be at, instead of accompanying all the fools in the world. Okay? You know, we got Francis Turtle Gang talking about wabbles and all this, not realizing that wabble literally is not even a stalemate, which actually literally leads to the fact of you being up this land. See, we got a lot of people and emotions, chemicals, frequencies that are fucked up in those inner cities, all right, and suburbs as well. Hey, baby, no, go back to slumber, all right? And he keeps saying dumb shit, and I'm not gonna sit there talking to him. I'm surprised that Brian, my blood brother Brian, sitting there liking on some of that retarded shit. But Many people, many of y'all follow and y'all like the bullshit he says because y'all still in that race dynamic. Reading straight off of Google like that's being some copy and pasting like that's fucking something. And when I've already debunked 3/4 of the shit he keeps posting, but I'm not here. We need to come together. But it's deliberate. It's debilitating to see brothers who comfortable because we're federally recognized all of a sudden. We might have got a check we ain't tell nobody, and we're running around in the script of our narrative thinking that, oh man, it's just disgusting. Talking about Egypt. I've been to the so-called fake-ass Egypt, Mizraim. I know where true Egypt stands, and the fact that I've been all through this shit. Saw things we weren't supposed to go to. We're like, man, nigga, we hiking there a whole day. I'm like, yo, you see this shit? Nigga, let's get the fuck out of here. And then you realize there's trail cams and by the government, and you're like, what the fuck? Thankful that day. I can't say nothing else. So they couldn't have seen us anyway. But the reality is, it's our fucking land. I go where the fuck ever I want. And the moment you want to kill, great. We get shit really cracking it. But anyway, can't say too much. But let's look at the world, Chan. Do you think everything is happening and it's natural? I know they stopped. All those countries don't even use the same shit we use here. They have other delivery systems. They have people who have been conditioned and fucked with genetically for a long time. Do you think genetic fucking with us means the splicing of genes? No, you can incorporate things in babies, and if you get 50% or 60% bodies that assimilate and the other ones die, they don't give a damn. How come it is that y'all can't pay attention to see these little tidbit of things? These little tiny things that are relevant, that make a lot of sense. Right now, somebody's on Facebook, they're gonna put a little program, limit the views. Like, motherfucker, the most important people are seeing it. This is how dumb they are. When I say dumb, I am not talking about in some short form or shorthand or small form or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna get it right for y'all have understanding. I'm talking about on the larger scale of things. Any motherfucker that will walk children into the back of a cargo, which called, and load it on truck, and these dumb bitches taking them underground in the old subway and all those, and murder because of the noise. These monkeys are beyond. Oh, they knew. Oh, they'd shit themselves and run like they was going to run away from something. There's nothing to run away for, so they might as well keep it up. But the reality is, you start to notice that there's a lot of Latinos running around snatching up kids and some foreign Negroes, and their videos are catching this, but you don't hear the fake-ass feds saying shit. I said there are good guys in the feds by that narrative. People who are there to perform a duty, and they're not on that side to be able to get there because they are selected for certain things, because it is well known that those individuals won't do this, so it can keep a good face for the agencies. When most of those people that join the agencies don't even know how they came to existence. But the ones that learn, y'all call them whistleblowers. They're blowing a whistle. And they're not for work, not for shutting closing hour, all right? Because they're saying they want you to hear it. They're risking themselves, all right? So you really need to pay attention to them. But be cool and careful, because PSYOPs, they have the monkeys that'll blow a whistle and cause you to vector off in some other fucking path instead of the straight and narrow, and have you collaborating caught up over in that made-up fucking line. That's how stupid they are. They don't know how to do different. This is how they've been conditioned. Sitting on those groups, classes, this, that, deep on the stuff, whatever. Things on their head, blah, 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 shit, little, rice, popped in with all kind of shit, eating a little better, this, that, performing. And you got idiots out here who are bad guys, sadly, created that way and unknowingly. And then you have their little fucking MK Ultras that go out and do dumb shit, who seem like normal fucking children. They go missing, all of a sudden they're back with the family, nobody knows something, then all of a sudden they out here working with the feds, and all of a sudden they're shot and are put on trial, and all the idiots are following it. Make America great again. Don't even know what the fuck word, the original origin of MAGA, where it comes from. It's like, why is it that in your hemisphere of your brain, it functions less when it's higher blue, when relative to the red and blue, right? Yet you have this green and everything else based on blood, this, that, and other. Why is it that it's more so blue, which is more toxic than anything, when you think about violets or ultraviolets and this lights and all that, and the part that they play, because that's a frequency, even though it's a light. It's energy, right? And the people don't believe it, who like to go out partying all night and the darkness with neons and everything else, and the 4 or 3Gs popping off until they get to the, and you get in the little bursts of those things affect the individual. So everybody's running around acting stupid in these greater places, and the ones who are just nurtured to be stupid are in the wire expanses, and they're all about to die right here too. Those gatekeepers of stupidity who have been set up by the very proxies who allowed them to have a little something they should have never fucking had. This is how it is all around the world. You think they're not being affected by something? To have them running around killing each other, that somebody's not propagating it? Well, that's on you. I'm not here to go through all that shit. But when you start looking at these things, why would they not want the so-called melanated or black man to rise above the occasion? Should we make up the greatest number of the whole entire earth? If it wasn't for the fact that we had stupid motherfuckers in Africa with this Jesus shit, with string on the back of him, rising through a hole in the fucking roof, talking about he's ascending to heaven, and he gets up there and he can't, or he's almost falling down. And then you got other ones grabbing the men by the crotch, walking through while talking about Jesus said and misquoting everything, not knowing the truth about anything, but they running around as if they're doing something, but y'all are lacking because you got the most slothful, worthless, laziest niggas in so-called fake-ass America. And then everybody else hates them and don't even know why they hate them when everything they talk about culture, everyone's living our fucking culture, and then they want to open their big fucking mouths as if they've done something. Everyone is living our fucking culture. Every fucking body. Appreciate y'all. Need to go get this orange juice and shit, so we don't get in fever states or anything like that. All right. Let me hit this thing because I don't know if I can see everything, man. It's chat filter. It's supposed to be all messages, and I put it that way, and they just keep changing stuff and doing what they do, whatever. Nobody else in them? All right. Anyway, appreciate y'all taking the time to listen. See you guys a little later. Man, I'm gonna cook that damn steak when I get back. Anyway. We got to eat this shit away or something. Anyway, actually, when you get like this shit, you're supposed to sit back and fast and let your body render it nil. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Nobody put up my Cashapp. For those who don't know, it's $ Indian Gem, uppercase IJ. That's the old nickname. 1. All right. So see you guys later. Appreciate you guys. All right. Was that interesting?